All right, today we're talking about top stitching. And top stitching is used anytime that you are going to try to really secure an edge of a garment down so that it has a little bit more sturdiness and stability, and it doesn't change shape or form as you're laundering it, because the laundry process can be really quite brutal on clothing. You'll see examples of top stitching, particularly on your jeans, but you can see that there's 2 rows of top stitching around the collar here, and really this is what helps to keep it so stiff and rigid and really helps it to keep its shape. For your sample, you're taking 2 pieces of fabric. Again, right sides together, making sure that the edges are lined up. You are going to sew a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance down one side of your fabric. So line up with that first grooved edge that's on your needle plate and backstitch to the end of your fabric. And then stitch forward. Until you reach the end, backstitch again. And trim your threads. Okay, so this is what we have. Now, we would take this to the ironing board and we would press this open so that our seam is lying to one side. And then we would flip it over and press it so that the edge of our seam is going on the very edge of our garment or our project. And we would iron that one more time so that it will hold its shape and stay in position as we sew. Now we're going to top stitch this 1/8 of an inch from this seam. Again, very close to the edge. So we want to use the opening in our presser foot as our guide, because we remember that either edge of that opening is 1/8 of an inch from our needle. So as we line this up underneath our presser foot, we're going to drop that down, drop our needle, backstitch to the end, stitch forward, making adjustments as necessary so that your fabric remains straight. Backstitch at the end. And as always, trim your threads so that we should have a nice finished edge that looks like this.